deep from a bunker in a top secret location. In southern Indiana comes a gathering of the Gospel Broalition. If it's religion, politics, cars, guns, cigars, and anything else flammable, we're talking about it. For men, by manlier men. Get it? Got it? Good. This is the Gospel Broalition. And here are your hosts, Pastor Lee, J.R. Robinson, and the Hoosier Hillbilly, Mike Paul.
I think I need to send this back to that guy who did the video, or the intro rather, because we need to add music. Because we're going to do something, I guess, flammable tonight.
Ooh, boy.
Flammable.
Yeah, I talked about Tom Macdonald because everybody's been doing it. I saw the video. I'm not a huge rap fan. I'll just go ahead and tell you that. You got three fat white guys going to sit around and talk about rap music. But I grew up on the Beastie Boys and Sugar Hill Gang. So, yeah,
Sugar
that's
Hill
pretty sweet.
Gang.
I'm old school, man. You know,
Two Live Crew.
Yeah, Two Live Crew, NWA. That's right, man. That was me back in the 90s or whatever it was. But we all wanted to review this video because we didn't want to do like a reaction. So if you come here looking for a reaction video, this is not necessarily going to be that because most of us have already seen it. Mm-hmm. We just wanted to talk about the video because I just thought it's fantastic what this guy is doing. And to take a genre that is normally just... over-infested with left of center people or leftists, and to take it and come out with just a total conservative video. I wouldn't necessarily, maybe not a conservative video. I would say more of a common sense video.
The libertarian kind of road.
Common sense, where he's just saying, and that's what he does. He goes through it, and the things that he says, everything makes sense. It's not like, well, I'm going to get upset about what he's saying because I'm a leftist or I'm on the right. It's common sense what he talks about here. So, there won't be any portion of this program where I'll get up and throw my headphones down and walk off.
I might at one point.
And do
I might
that.
Just go crazy.
And stomp around here and go, oh my gosh. We won't do anything like that because, like I said, we've seen it before. We know what he's...
Yeah.
We did that the first time we watched.
We did that the first time. The first time I got buck naked. I did. I thought it was just it's exciting.
We're saving you all.
Yeah.
See,
By
watching it before.
Right.
We're
watched it
saving
before.
you all.
That way you wouldn't have to see that this time, and we would really get banned from YouTube. We are the Gospel Broalition. In case you're checking us out for the first time, Pastor Lee, J.R. Robinson on my left of Dauntless Gaming, the Hoosier Hillbilly, Mike Paul. Joined, as always, in the studio by our new tech guy, Shutup Cameron, our token liberal.
And might I add what a fantastic job
He's doing a great job. We'll see so far.
Okay.
He hasn't screwed up anything yet.
Yeah.
And sweet Tony sitting over there looking as sweet as he always does. And so I don't know how to just segue into this other than we're just going to get into it and start talking about it. And anything that you guys want to say, just let me know. I'm going to pause it. I think every bar that he has is something really cool. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to. If you don't like for the video to be paused, you can go to his site and watch the full length video uninterrupted.
We'll link it.
We're going to pause it here, and we're going to talk about the things that he says, and we're going to talk about a lot. So it's not necessarily one of these, 9-minute to 10-minute reaction videos.
You know us. We're going to go for like 3 hours.
Yeah, if you've been here for a long time, you know it's going to be. We're going to talk a lot about stuff. But he says things that I think are really relevant. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. If you can figure out how to do it. What we have further ado. Hold on.
We do have further ado. Before we get started, before we scare you away with our opinions,
Do we need to pray?
Make sure that you have that you're subscried to the channel. Make sure the bell's hit, right?
Yes,
we got to do this at the beginning.
Like, subscribe,
give us the
share.
thumbs up before you watch this part, so we get the benefit from that.
Yeah,
Instead
And
of
that
at
way
the
you don't
end.
change your mind halfway through.
That's right.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So 3 fat white guys, like I said, sitting around getting ready to. I can't nod my head like this. So if I do this, that's what I'm doing.
He'll be headbanging the mic if he does that.
Yeah,
So.
that's true. So let's go ahead and let's start this up. And I'll go ahead and warn you, Cameron, it's going to be like 7 seconds. I'm going to be pausing it. So
be ready.
be ready. Let's go.
Yep.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Oh.
This is the point where...
Yeah. Oh!
Oh, snap!
Oh, snap.
Snap.
I love it.
Now, this is... he starts off, and you love it because he starts off at the very beginning. It's like, this is what this video is going to be about, but he's true. You lied to the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go to prison. But
Yes,
they
you
lie
are.
to us all the time. How do you know a politician is lying? His lips are moving.
He's breathing, yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, alien from the planet Uranus.
A different race.
It doesn't have a different race, by the way.
Okay.
That's the last episode.
Yeah, you
but,
gotta check that out.
They're all lying. They lie to us all the time.
Yes,
and
they do.
if you do it, you're going to get into trouble. But if they do it, it's about being a politician. It's amazing. All right, go, man. Hit it. You guys...
When they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings, but you're pro-choice. Abortion kills way more children.
Boom!
If
Stop.
Yeah. Well,
I think the key word is boom.
I think
yeah,
the word is boom.
From now on, yeah. Boom.
Yeah. Boomage. Major boomage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you oh, my gosh. I don't want to start insulting people this early
that-
in the program.
Yeah, look,
that
please
hypocrisy?
go ahead. We're only on the second verse. Let's go ahead.
Well,
might as
he's
well.
already insulting people. You
Yeah,
know,
we might as
most
well.
people were very calm. I'm going to be very calm and dignified about this. I just am. But it's
Why?
It's the hypocrisy again.
it's the hypocrisy. We're going to take away the guns because we care about the children. But 900 black babies a day are aborted. They tell you Black Lives Matters. 900 black babies a day are aborted. More black babies are aborted in New York City than are born.
I think it's more than just New York. Yeah, I think that's a larger statistic than that.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah,
and so try to be a little consistent on this. And if you say, well, we're going to take away these guns because these children. Well, most of the gun deaths are through suicide anyway, and homicides. It's not school shootings or anything like that. And if you take guns away, it's the same argument. You take guns away, the only people are going to have them are criminals anyway, because they don't care about your laws.
Yeah.
But abortion kills far more. And we've talked about racism. If you're not familiar with this program, we talk about racism. Racism is non-existent because it's not actually a thing, because there's only one race, the human race. But there are prejudices and biases that take place within society. Nobody denies that. But you oh man, I kind of lost my train of thought when I was saying, what was I talking about?
I don't know. What were you talking
Nobody
about?
was listening.
No one was
to anything I
listening.
was
Anybody
saying.
at home listening, please fill him in.
Oh, here. Okay, sorry. I
You
got
need a Monster
sidetracked
Energy
because I
drink.
was trying to. Because I was sitting there thinking, if I said there's no such thing as racism, it's like, oh my gosh, she's a white supremacist.
White nationalist.
Yeah, there's white supremacy, there's black supremacy, there's prejudice, and there's all this kind of stuff. But I want you to know something. When people talk about all white people and that, we hate black people, we hate Latinos, we hate Hispanics and all that stuff. But you have to understand that a lot of times when you see abortion clinics and you see people outside trying to talk people out of getting an abortion, it's a lot of times it's white people. There's black people there, Hispanics are there. A lot of times it's white people. Most of the people who are against abortion are evangelicals. White supremacists, you have to understand, would support abortion because abortion kills more black people than anything else out there.
Was not Margaret Sanger?
Margaret Sanger.
Perhaps.
Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood,
Yeah. Yikes.
referred to black people as weeds that needed to be removed from society. I think any liberal or somebody like that who supports abortion supports the genocide of black people, that they should be considered white supremacists.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, like I said, Margaret Sanger
Yeah,
was
it
a
is
white supremacist.
So hey, all right, let's get rid of abortion. We'll start talking about stuff. All right, go ahead, Hit. I'm talking too much. Why don't you guys?
No, you're doing good.
All right,
Great.
thanks, buddy. Go.
But you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration.
Just saying.
Oh.
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
Boom.
Same hypocrisy.
The same
Yeah.
hypocrisy.
America is evil. We hate America. We need to change it, but we're going to invite everybody over because we're the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, is it A or B?
We're such
Which
a
one is it?
horrible, racist nation. systemic racism throughout every facet of government, society, and education. But hey, go ahead and bring more minorities here.
The people
that doesn't make any sense.
The people that this country are against, we're trying to bring over.
It
doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any. You've got to pick one or the other.
I thought only conservatives were racist.
Right. Well, yeah. Apparently, he's going to talk about that.
The conservatives want the borders closed too, so it all makes
That's
sense.
true.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, wow.
Well, maybe we want the borders closed because we want to protect minorities from the pain and suffering that they will experience at the hands of
we are the
of
humanitarians
white
here.
supremacists like ourselves. Huh?
Yeah, we're the humanitarians. We're trying to save.
We're humanitarians. We want the border closed to save their life.
Yeah.
But just the hypocrisy in that regard.
Yeah.
Pick one or the other. Either America's a great nation that gives people a better chance in life, or either it's this horrible cesspool of systemic racism. You got to pick one of them.
Yeah, they can't be both.
It can't be both. They just can't be. And that's the hypocrisy he's highlighting here.
Yep.
All right. Keep going.
Immigration, just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans.
Boom, boom.
It's going to take us forever.
That's okay.
This video, these
I
people,
told you 3 hours.
people showed up for a reaction video like, my gosh, these guys are going to talk for 2 hours. But
that's
everything
right.
he says is true.
Yeah. I mean,
And so it takes a 32-year-old from Canada, a 33-year-old, or whatever, how old he I don't know how old he is.
I have no
He's
idea.
born in
I don't even know where he
1988,
came
and I
up
don't
with.
want to do the math.
Okay.
So, got a guy from Canada comes in here, and he says things that everybody else should be saying, and he has the guts, but he's not on a label.
I mean, if you look at it, kind of like we said there, Americans kind of hate America more than anybody else. I mean, if you look at all the immigrants that have come over, I watch TikTok, and I'm one of those kids. Watch the TikTok, and you have a lot of immigrants on there that are correcting the American TikToks about how this is such an evil nation and all this stuff.
Absolutely.
And you have these immigrants on there like you have no idea. Like, one of the immigrants last night, like, I've been here for 9 years. And I'm telling you, this is the greatest country on the face of the planet.
Absolutely.
You know? He's like, I've lived in these cesspools. And you want America to become this. But he's right. Americans hate America more than the immigrants and all everybody wants to come in.
I heard this on several reaction videos, more than 2. That's what several means. But they were talking about how everybody hates their hometown.
I love my hometown, but
Well, everybody, they hate their
they
hometown.
want to grow up and get out of
And
it.
then people come to their town and go, man, we want to visit more often because we love your town. They're like, what? This town sucks.
Yeah.
And so they were kind of trying to explain it that way. But I've just never seen a group of people who just hate a country so much. And we sound like a bunch of knuckle-dragging Neanderthals, but we're just kind of like, hey, dude, I'll give you a one-way ticket to any country you want to go to.
Yeah, if you hate this country, I'll help you move.
Yeah, go to Sweden and pay 95% taxes, so you can have all that free stuff.
Just don't go to Ireland because we have friends there that we don't
in
want you to have to bother
It's
them.
best up as it is.
How big of a percentage of those people that are complaining about how they don't like America have been anywhere else and experienced any other countries?
Zero, I would
Zero.
almost say.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to South America for a little while.
Yeah.
Go to you love communism so much. Go hang out at China and be as gay as you want to be. And you'll see what happens over there. You go
Or
to
Saudi Arabia,
right? Yeah, go to the Middle Eastern countries and flaunt your gayness in Pride Month and see what happens to you. You have freedom here.
By the way, did you see the BMW logo?
I saw that.
Yeah, I actually looked it up. The BMW logo in Saudi Arabia didn't change.
Didn't change.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like BMW's just kind of putting that out there for publicity.
Yeah, they're pandering.
Very odd.
And what was funny is people say that Tom Macdonald's pandering, and it's like, to
How's
who?
he pandering?
To who? I mean, I would say that most people who listen to rap are left of center.
Yeah.
And who's he pandering
I
to?
mean, I listen to rap.
He threw something out there that he knew was going to resonate with people. Well, I take it back. I think he sincerely feels this.
I think he does. I think he
And
honestly feels
it struck a nerve with people who are tired of not being heard. And it's weird that we have been saying this stuff since our first podcast.
Yeah.
And it takes a Canadian to get in here and actually say it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people are like, oh, whoa, that makes sense now. I get it. And
I don't know how many friends.
Oh.
I mean, the conservatives like him, but he's getting tore up pretty good.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of heat. He's taking a lot of heat, but he doesn't
From
care.
who?
From the liberals.
Oh, absolutely.
He's
Oh,
taking a lot of heat.
yeah.
But once again, he's in control of his own destiny. There's nobody can tell
Yeah,
him
they
what
think
to
he's
do.
pandering to conservatives, and I'm gonna tell you, there's not that huge of an audience in the conservative area for white rappers.
No.
So, yeah, I don't know. Keep going, bro.
Who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they. Screw a pronoun, because everyone's a retard.
Oh,
these days.
Blair
Here
White.
preaching at the-
Oh, do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, we'll talk
all
about
right,
it.
let's
We're the
do it.
Gospel Broalition,
Yeah,
man.
why not? Leave no stone unturned, right? By the
We're
way,
not some Calvinistic apologetic ministry.
that's
or
a hot
something.
dude. I mean, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I mean,
In
why
case you
not?
don't know who Blair White is, we hesitate to do this, but Blair White is a woman who used to be a man. Oh, there you go. There's her picture right there.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because, like, how many conservative Christians are like, oh, man, that chick's hot.
Yeah. Like I said, if you Google, I didn't even know who she was, and you
Yeah.
Google it, and the first thing is like bikini pictures. You're like,
Yeah.
okay. And then the next thing you know, it's like, oh, by the way, it's a dude. And you're like,
That used to be, that's a dude. And it's like a
excuse
final
me,
scene.
used to be a dude. That's
Yeah,
probably
it used to
what
be
we
a dude.
should say.
Like that final scene in Ace Ventura Pet Detective.
Burning the clothes.
I gotta go take a cold shower. So yeah, this is Blair White, who is kind of a unicorn out there, a trans conservative.
And I've never watched her podcast.
I haven't
or
either.
anything, so I don't know.
I wasn't familiar with it. I thought it was his wife
I did, yeah,
or
his
girlfriend. He has a girlfriend.
I did
that's
too.
he's not
But
married. Yeah. So
what actually did they say? Now I forgot what the lyric was.
Oh, I got him right here.
no, I printed it out here, JR, because I'm old school. I print stuff.
Oh, he's
I know
got
you
the
did.
paper.
Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings.
True story. I mean,
And he goes through all the pronouns.
It doesn't matter if you. It doesn't matter if you do a trigger warning. If you say, "Trigger warning, don't watch this program," they're going to be triggered by the trigger warning.
they're going to watch it just to be triggered.
And they're still going to
Yeah,
watch it.
they're
Yeah,
going to
that's
watch it.
what's gonna
I want to
happen.
be triggered.
I wanna be triggered.
You know, they will do that stuff. So it's weird. All right, keep going. Hey, Blair.
Everyone's a retard these days. I hear him preaching at the protest that hatred's the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common.
Okay.
Coca-Cola telling people-
There, boom!
That's it. There's the headphone moment right there, buddy. Straight white Christians.
Wow, it's almost like he knows.
That's our demographic.
Yeah.
You know, that's who we are, man. Straight white. He could have said fat, but
He was being
he
polite.
didn't.
He was talking about the Broalition right there.
That's who we are, man. And it's right.
Yeah, I mean,
We're not supposed to hate except for straight white Christians.
Yep.
I put men in there too. Did he say men?
Yeah.
He said straight men, white folks, and Christians.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's
the
us.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
right.
And we're the
Straight
most
men,
hated,
White folks and Christians are the most hated group.
demographic
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're like,
But
we
we're
are
the racist ones.
yeah.
we
We're
are
the
totally
privileged,
against hatred.
systemically
We are,
racist
unless
Unless you happen to be one of these categories.
unless you're a white guy who's a Christian, then we hate your guts.
Did you guys see that? I don't know if it was a meme or a news post rolled into the same thing, but it was somebody saying that white people didn't get the privilege of deciding what was racist.
Oh, I put that.
You did you
Yeah,
put that?
I think I read that somewhere.
And then the response is, I think we have a term for that.
yeah, I think we have a term for
Somebody's saying that somebody can't have an opinion based on their skin color. I think there's a word for that.
that. Didn't the one mayor in one of those, is it Chicago or Detroit, the Beetlejuice?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't she say that she was not allowing any white reporters to interview her?
Beetlejuice.
She's married to a white girl.
Really?
Yeah.
But no white.
And she looks like
reporters.
Beetlejuice.
She 100%.
Oh my
I'm afraid
gosh,
if we said that
100.
name right now 3 times,
Yeah.
she'd pop up in the corner. Like
If we said that name 3 times, the mayor of Chicago would show up. It would. That was scary.
that was scary just thinking about it.
What was that lyric again? All this to straight white people. You know what was cool about this? I watched. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of black people who have reaction videos.
Yes,
and
they do. Yeah.
They do.
They do. They love it.
Apparently, black people like reacting to things.
Yes, they do.
And so I was watching a bunch of them, and I was going to save this for the end, but I know how our podcasts are. Most people don't make it to the end. but because we offend them by,
We've already offended most
we've already
of them,
offended a lot of people. But for those of you still hanging on, but what was cool is that every single video I watched, I went to bed at night, and I'm not an emotional guy at all. I went to bed that night, I couldn't sleep because I was so encouraged.
Yeah, that there's somebody out there.
I was so encouraged, and I felt so stupid because every video I watched, when they got to this point, and there was one, I got misty at one because when they got to this point where it talked about hating straight white men and Christians, in almost every single video, the black people in that video said, "That's right."
Yeah. Oh yeah, like there's one YouTuber I watch in particular, No Life Shack, and he's really awesome. And he is on board with all these guys. He thinks the same way we do.
And I'm going to tell you, if you watch this video, I don't know if you will, you touched my heart. You touched no white guy's heart. You really did. I thought it was fantastic. And basically the entire video, even the abortion part, it was just like, yes, we agree, we agree, we agree. And
we might not, I don't think we agree theologically at all.
I would doubt that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, see, there's people out there.
It was shocking. I think the news media tries to gin up prejudice against people, biases against people. They just do that, and so when you watch a video and you just think, oh well, they're just going to have this reaction to it, and just to see the opposite, and to see that everybody's lying. The media's lying. The government's lying. We can get along. We can work through this stuff. We do have common ground. And it was just thrilling to me as a pastor. It was. My spirit, my heart was just excited. It was just thrilled. Not that you agree with me, but just, to know that not every black person hates our guts.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just how the algorithm works for my YouTube channel, but it seems like the overwhelming majority of black content creators or social media influencers don't disagree with me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We share the same ideology, same values.
Especially when it comes to race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think they do it purposefully. I think they take the bad apples, they put them on television because they're trying, and this is what he talks about that in this video. The news media is trying to divide us.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't talk about that yet. We're not there.
I know, but I think we have a lot more common ground than we think.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
All right, keep going, bro.
It's the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they fight.
Right.
There's a race war here, elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years.
That's
Soldiers
right.
die
Boom.
for-
Stop it right
there
there.
it is.
That's
There
right.
it is.
And every video was like, they know.
Yeah. Oh, where's Black Lives Matter went now?
Oh,
The
they're
election's
just
over.
a couple of enclaves out there somewhere,
Yeah,
but it's not the
gone
right
now.
and anymore.
Did you hear about Black Lives Matter at any time before May 5th last year?
No.
No, but somebody talked about it. They said, you just wait, 2024, something will happen.
It's going to get
BLM
all
will
riled
come out
back up.
again.
Yep.
They use the black vote, and then when they get elected, they're done with them.
Yep.
And I was shocked, and that's on me. Maybe I need to sit down and talk with more black people. I don't know what it is. But you just kind of get these stereotypes, and just to hear this refreshing talk, and these people were like, we could sit down, we could have a dialogue about race. We could have a dialogue about prejudice and bias. We could talk about those particular things. And I just do. I just think the news media hypes it up, tries to destroy all of us, and then they come out, and it's like BLM. They know.
Yeah,
they're
know.
being used.
Yeah, they know.
They know.
What about the line that says elections based on fear? Is that?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Is that garnering those that are afraid to vote for change, or afraid of an organization?
I think that is the fact that they portray one side to be heinous and evil.
Yeah, Nazis.
They're portraying one party to be the Nazis, and these are the guys we need to hate because they're the ones that are going to destroy the country and all that stuff. I think that's kind of where he's going. Which side he's pointing towards doesn't matter.
You don't know.
I think he's that's what he's going for. They're making one side out to be.
But there's
evil.
a lot of fear in elections.
Oh,
if I don't
absolutely.
vote for this certain person, I'm afraid of what's going to happen, and we
Yeah.
all do that.
Well, I'm afraid what's going to happen for my kids. What kind of country am I leaving for my
Right.
kids? That's a fear.
I'm
I mean,
afraid
that's a
of the
fear for me.
socialists. I'm afraid of the communists. I'm afraid of the Nazis. I'm afraid of the white right-wingers. I'm afraid of all these
Which
people.
what it should be is I shouldn't be afraid of either president. Either president should be trying to do what's
Sure
best
has
for
my
That's the
the
way it
United
used to be.
States.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't be afraid of either one. Now, would I prefer one? Sure, but I shouldn't be afraid of a president. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
both
they
of
have
them
some
should
different
have our best
policies that I don't
interest,
agree with, but I don't think one of them's trying to destroy the country like they are now. You
The
know?
presidential election now is it's just basically because you used to have two people, Democrats and Republicans, and Kennedy would probably be a Republican today.
Yeah, Kennedy would have been. I
But
think.
they might have differ on, finances, how we raise
Yeah.
taxes, what what we're
I don't
going to
think
do there.
moral issues they would have been
Moral
that split
issues that
on.
are kind of close,
Yeah.
and things. But now it's just basically, are we going to stay a democracy or are we going to become socialist?
Yep.
And that's our choice now.
Yeah.
Not just as a presidential level, but in the House, representatives, and stuff like that. So, interesting. It's interesting. Keep going, Tom.
4 years, soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black
Amen.
folks
Stop.
and white
Amen to that. Do it. You know you want to unleash. I
You
see
can
it.
even add
I
to
see it
that.
cooking.
It's not even just veterans. It's just legitimately hard workers are
Yeah.
rewarded less than the first line there.
Illegal immigrants come over here, get like $300 a day, free room and board. And illegal immigrants getting free room and board, and our veterans are sleeping on the sidewalks in our
that's-
cities.
That is
A country that is
unacceptable.
messed up, man.
That's unacceptable.
Messed
In
up.
every way, shape, and form. I agree. I mean, yeah, that's
I wonder if
I mean, I don't care if you're right or left. That's
yeah. That's
That
not
should
a
take you off,
that's
man.
not a political view.
it's not a political view at all.
Your veterans should be taken care of. Period.
right. Right.
And especially the ones. I mean, we have a lot of veterans that come back that have issues when they come back, and
Yeah.
we just kind of kick them to the curb. If it
Yeah.
wasn't for organizations like Wounded Warrior and stuff like that, these guys wouldn't be taken care of because the government's not doing it. So I mean, thank God
But
for
these
these other
guys,
organizations.
these people who are coming here illegally, and they're coming in, and room and board and food and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and then we just ignore those guys and even girls on the street.
because they have no fear of being treated like the normal Americans.
Yeah.
The people that have
Yeah.
been here and put
Yeah.
in their time and paid their taxes, they have no desire to become one of those working members of our society because they'll probably get treated the same way we treat our people now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's horrible. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Keep going.
4 years, soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news, but we are all the same. We are red, white, and blue.
Right.
Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so
Amen.
Yeah.
oh no.
Hit the road, buddy.
That said that there be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it. Yo,
That is not a hot girl. That is not a hot girl. That is not a hot girl. What are you doing?
The
He wanted to look at the hot non.
What are you doing?
With some more.
no. We skipped lines we need to talk about.
I think Shutup Cameron wanted to see more of Blair White. Go
I
ahead.
think he did.
I
He is
got
a
you.
liberal.
I got you. It's the divided by the news, right? Could you read a news article in 2020 or 2021 with all the things that happen with cop on black crime or whatever you want to call that, right? How often could you read a news headline that didn't list the ethnicity of the cop and the ethnicity of the criminal or victim?
Right.
You couldn't read it. It was always
Yeah.
white cop or if it was a black cop, it was just a cop.
Cop. Yeah.
There was no adjective in front of it then.
Yeah.
That's how it's
Yep.
divided by the media.
Well, I don't know. Have
constantly.
you seen that thing on, once again, on the Facebook, I think it was, and they showed the jar, and they said you can put 100 red ants in and 100 black ants in the jar, and they will coexist.
Yeah.
They're fine
Stir it up.
until you shake the jar. Mm-hmm. Then the ants start fighting each other because they think the other side of ants will cause the jar to shake.
Right.
I mean, how true is that with America? You've got
Yeah.
the different ethnic groups in America, and the government just goes.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes.
Yep.
And they go crazy.
They need us to be divided.
Yeah.
Because by keeping us divided, they keep us under control.
100%.
Because if we're united,
Oh,
they
they're
can't
not
stop
doing
us.
nothing, yeah.
Black,
got
white,
a,
Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter. If we're united, we are unstoppable.
Yep.
Another one of his songs talks about what the government's doing, and he goes and calls it modern day segregation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They want it.
Yep.
The narrative, and you're right, if you look at the news, that's what they do. The news will highlight certain things, leave other things out in order to create a narrative to where we hear about it so much that, and that's what they do, and we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't be this way, but we hear it so much, we start getting angry about it.
Absolutely.
And we should know they're manipulating us.
Yep.
That's what they're doing.
Yep.
And I watched one of your stupid UFO shows the other day, which, by the way, I think they're all crazy now.
Yeah, but if it's a conspiracy, there's always a shred of truth.
But they were talking about, like, in the 1930s or whatever, they would have actual members. I don't know if they were payrolled by the newspapers, but actual members of the CIA who were working at the newspapers.
Yep.
No, that's what I was getting ready to say.
In order to control the narrative of what was coming out.
Yep.
I still think it's happening. I still think they're doing it.
There has to be.
Right.
Not only do all the headlines match, right, but even the people that have voice parts, they say the same phrases.
Uh-huh.
Like I watched somebody, even before all this came down the last couple of years, that it was just a news update about Easter Bunny. And he played all the networks, bing, 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 and they all said the exact same catchy phrase.
Yep.
And it was just about an Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
White folk, black folk, Asian folk, Hispanic folk, we're being played.
Yes, we are.
We're being played.
Yep.
Keep going, bro.
Even grow more flames. Oh no, no more snowflakes.
They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store.
Okay, stop right
Empowering-
there. See, he says they set us up to fail. Who's they?
I don't know who's pulling the strings these anymore.
Yeah,
You
the
need a
government,
tinfoil
man.
hat for that.
They
I
set us up
think
to fail.
somebody is pulling the strings with the government. I think
Yeah.
somebody's pulling the government strings.
Yeah, yeah.
And it trickles down. I think that's what it comes down
They
to.
got a word for that.
Oh, we don't. With Illuminati?
Oh.
Exactly.
We just made a list somewhere.
Oh, yeah. You just said the non-mentionable word. It's
What,
over
Soros?
now.
They've all been into this stuff, man, forever.
Yeah.
I just. And that was that stupid show, that UFO show. I don't know why I keep talking about
It's
it.
over now. You're going to watch all
Well,
of
I
it.
was sitting there watching. I was like, cool. I understand what they're saying. They're saying some smart stuff, and then they started talking about, we meditate for an hour and smoke some weed. And hit
Oh,
a
that
lever
was
higher
what's his
consciousness.
face on Joe
Yeah.
Rogan. He's crazy. But
He's crazy, man.
True a lot.
Why is it that they never have, like, good cameras when all these UFOs show up?
Well, I don't know.
These guys know they're coming, right? and every picture is blurry. You ever seen that? Every picture of a UFO is blurry.
Yeah.
We can have the Hubble telescope a billion light years away taking pictures back that are just high def and clear, but every one of these is this little fuzzy thing. That's a UFO. Yeah. But they're going to use the alien invasion to make us hate to implement the New World Order.
Huh.
That's what the guy said.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
It's plausible.
Ronald Reagan already said it.
What?
Ronald Reagan has a quote in a UN address that he gave where he said, we need to put aside our differences. Wouldn't it be, I'm paraphrasing, wouldn't it be grand if we had some kind of outside alien attack which would make us put aside all of our differences?
Wow.
And how long ago was that? It was like 80s.
That was in the 80s.
Yeah. Ooh. Do.
Dudes, I'm going to tell you, if you look up stuff, now you got me on a rampage, but if you look up stuff, I don't want to take up too much time. Back in one of the Desert Storm, Gulf War, whichever one, I can't remember exactly which one it was, but they were going to project a holographic image of Allah above Baghdad, telling the people in Baghdad to revolt against Saddam Hussein. But they couldn't do it because of logistics. Mm-hmm. They'd have to have a mirror a mile long, mm-hmm. and nobody knew what Allah looked like.
No, well, that's a problem.
So they didn't do it, but they thought about doing it. So
yeah.
I'm just waiting for Jesus to appear on the clouds, looking like a malnourished Fabio, And
we'll know. We'll be like, that ain't him.
all right, we got on a tangent. That's what we do. Go, keep going.
Rabbit
Sorry.
hole.
Women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole. Screw it, I ain't tripping, I don't mean to be mean. But if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to eat. They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep.
That's right.
They blur the line.
Yeah, wow. Wow. Just wow. He just described
He described every kid in
every
America.
kid in America. Yeah. He did.
Every kid in America, and what they do is they get a kid in there, they get a boy who acts like a boy, and they want to put him on drugs.
Yeah.
I was in a government office the other day and I saw a sign on the wall that said, "The children are our future," and that's terrifying.
It shouldn't be.
Right.
If we're raising them like we should.
But we aren't.
Yeah. Wow.
We are, but they aren't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is scary. And that's not hyperbole. I think it is scary.
It's scary enough with my
Legitimately
generation
scary.
trying to
Oh, good
exist. But they're responsible for raising the next generation, which is even worse.
Yeah.
But they're on these drugs, and
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, any kid now that they stare out the window at school, and he needs to be on ADD
Yeah,
medicine.
he's got focus issues.
Yeah, he's got focus issues. No, he's a kid.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to sit in school. That's what he is. I mean,
we pulled our son out the day after they said he needs to be put on drugs. We homeschooled, pulled him out, homeschooled. Yeah, we're one of those people, and
We went through that with one of ours too. They
Yeah.
said one of ours needed.
I'm not putting him on drugs.
Needed help, and we didn't like it. We tried it, completely changed who he was, and said, "No, we ain't doing that anymore."
yeah,
And now what? He's grown up, got a good job,
yeah.
works hard, and is just a regular guy.
He was a kid.
He was a kid.
He was. Let
It's
kids
heartbreaking,
be
man.
kids.
It's heartbreaking. Parents, don't let schools dictate
No.
what drugs your kids should be taking and what they should be learning.
The school shouldn't be have any input.
Right.
On-
Just teach
on
us
that.
stuff. Just teach like they used
Yeah.
to teach us. And if they get out of line, if he starts staring out the window too much, not paying attention, beat his butt.
Yeah, that'll straighten his attention span up.
Yeah. And he'll start paying attention then. All right, keep going, bro.
Dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we paint the patriots as Nazis.
Yep.
Men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women.
That's right. Stop that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's celebrate a man for beating some.
That was
women.
cool. All the reaction videos were like, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to give, because you couldn't make it because you're such a loser in men's sports.
Yeah.
You go over to women's sports, and they had an MMA fighter.
The Joe Rogan was talking about that. The woman, the man who turned to a woman, wanted to do the MMA fighting, still built like a man,
Cracking skulls.
cracking the ladies, hit her one time, busted her eye socket out. One time. You know why? That's because men are, sorry if you hate it, men are physically superior to women.
They are.
It's just fact. It's cold hard fact. And when you have a man competing against women in fighting, you're gonna have that. It should
There's
be illegal.
even a good portion of the transgender community that's still against that.
Yeah.
Still against
And they-
them. They understand
they
that
should
I
be.
once was this. I don't need to compete against
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
But you see the news, the narrative.
Yeah.
Brave.
yeah,
They're so brave.
Yeah, brave for putting a man in. And let's what was her name, Ronda Rousey or whatever. She was like one of the top.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. You put any decent middle class fighter that's a man in there against her, he's probably going to beat her.
Yeah.
And it's not the fact that there's a talent issue or anything like that. It's just men are physically superior.
Yeah.
I mean,
She beat my butt.
Height and reach.
I'd like to try.
Some things just don't
I think
work.
she'd kill me, but I'd like to try.
I mean, we're just not just we're not bragging here. I mean, it would just she might get some punches in, but the moment we get a hold of her, guys are just physically
Guys are
stronger.
just
They just
physically
are.
stronger,
That's just the way it is, folks. It just is. Unless you're Antifa.
The guys are not physically
Yeah.
stronger. Ronda Rousey would have clean house over
Then you're
there.
metrosexual.
Well, let me just
Yeah.
rephrase that. Any guy that's in that sport is probably athletically superior to a woman that's in that sport.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean I am.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah.
somebody in that sport probably is.
Yeah. But everybody's so afraid to say anything.
I know. It hurts somebody's feelings. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's
I
truth. I mean,
I think that's what's so shocking about Tom Macdonald that he just came out and said, "I'm going to say this stuff."
yeah. If you don't like it, too bad.
And
I like how often he says they too. He says it so many times in this song. They are doing this. Like
Yeah.
somebody's back there as the puppeteer.
It is. Somebody's pulling the strings. back
Painting
there.
patriots. What was that verse? Painting patriots like Nazis or something like that.
Yeah, the Patriots. Yeah, 2021. If you're a patriot, you're a Nazi.
Uh-huh. Oh, man.
They blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. They again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody just came out 2 days ago. Saw somebody riding in the car with, well, they saw an American flag that made them feel uncomfortable.
This is America.
What?
Yeah. This was a.
They probably shouldn't be in this country.
There's somebody on the board of the New York Times.
Wow. Well, I also saw, did you see where the military stood up and said that you can't fly the pride flag, on the base or whatever, and everybody got offended by that. And I'm like, there's only one flag you should be flying on a military base, and that
Unless it's the state flag.
It's the state flag, the United States flag, or your branch.
Well,
That should be it.
With Obama, they flew him over our embassies.
Yeah.
Won't you? Hey, when's
during
going to be that
Obama,
month where you do the Christian flag?
What?
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. When's that going to happen?
We'd be segregation or racist if
Oh,
we had
100%.
a Christian
Put the Christian flag
celebration
up there. Watch out.
I think what I'm noticing is that I think this pride thing is going to backfire because I think people are getting fed up. Not with gay people.
No. And not with it. It's just the whole.
It's just this whole constant. You have to accept
Yeah, it's
that.
like we don't have to. You just live your
No.
life.
I
Just
can
live your
disagree, but
life,
live your-
and we can disagree, and it's fine.
Live your life. Leave me alone. But just
Yeah.
I think it's sad that for some of these people, the only major accomplishment they have in their life is their gender orientation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put that down on a resume. That'll work.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
Life matters, you're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian. If you're gay, then you're brave. All of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming capitalism
Stop.
like...
Yep.
But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. That's right. That's the stereotype.
Well,
we
I'm
get.
sure there are many people who may watch this, who are like, you guys, you can't talk about this stuff. Or
because
I can't
you're
believe
white.
you guys say that you talk about racism because you can't talk about that because you're white people.
Yeah, we're already privileged in a way that we've lost
Yeah,
that.
right. We'll
Yeah. So
have no
we can't talk
understanding.
about it because of what? The color of our skin.
Yeah,
Color of our
Yeah.
skin. I think there's
Which
a word
one-
for that.
There's a word for that somewhere.
But yeah, but it's now. If you're just a white person, you're just white. I'm real quick. I had these points. If we had time to do critical race theory, which I know we're not going to be able to now because Mike talks too much. But
42 minutes.
here's the first 2
not-
points. Yeah, nobody's going to watch this reaction video.
Oh, they will.
Two first points of critical race theory. American government, law, culture, and society are inherently and inescapably racist. Now, government, law, culture, and society, i.e. everything, is racist.
Everything is racist.
Well, that's systemic. Yeah.
Yeah, here's the second
No way
part.
around it.
Everyone, even those without racist views, perpetuates racism by supporting those structures. You're all racist.
So
All of you.
everything is racist, and everyone is racist.
Everything's racist. Everyone is racist. Those white stripes on your road that you're driving down, racist. They should be
Cancel.
black.
Cancel.
Yeah,
Cancel everything.
cancel them.
Tar them over.
But that's you go back to the Frankfurt School, 1939, critical theory, chaos, taking the status quo, blowing it up. That's what Marxism is all about, and that's what you're seeing. You guys don't care anything about that, but that's what it is. Yeah. Where you just say, oh, this is right. No, this is wrong. Why? Because I just say it's wrong.
Yeah, don't
Because I
question me.
want it to be wrong.
Don't question me. I'm right.
Right. There's not a single person in America who thinks taking the police out of a city is a good idea, except for a Marxist.
Yeah, that is insanity.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it is. We're just going to take the status quo and blow it up because they had too much free time. Keep going.
That's the reason things are tough. Why you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks. You're supporting
Okay,
what you
this is
stand
a great
against.
part
You don't
right
think
here.
you are, but
Stop it, because that was the part, you know what it is, where it's like, I hate capitalism.
But I have an iPhone and a Starbucks. Yeah, I hate capitalism. It's evil,
Right.
but I love all the stuff I get out of it.
Yeah.
It's like I love all the benefits.
Oh, I want to live in a communist country where I have a stick and a rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
You sit there and you hate capitalism, and everything that you have is because of capitalism. You hate a representative republic, but the reason you're able to riot and protest is because you live. It's not a well, we're not being represented that much. It's a constitutional republic. You can do all those things you do because you live in this country.
Yes. You can choose what type of phone you want or
Right.
what type of coffee you want because there's not just one government manufactured coffee
Yeah.
or one government manufactured phone.
Go over
You
to
didn't
China
have,
and talk. Go to China to the persecuted church and tell them how bad you have it.
Oh, they'd love to hear it.
Yeah, go over there and talk to the gays over in Saudi Arabia and places like that.
I'd love for one of the gay people here to go over to Saudi Arabia and tell them everything is evil about this country and how mistreated they are.
All these people like protesting, what Israel's response to Hamas and all that stuff, and people kept reminding them, yeah, the things that you do and the things that you believe in, the things that you stand for, they don't allow that in the Gaza Strip. Yeah, because people are idiots.
Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma.
right.
Damn dog, we're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake.
Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, it's gotten to the point to where the people who do speak the truth are going to be hated more than anybody.
Yep.
By the people that are afraid to speak the truth. That's what you said.
It's a
Right?
great line.
Yeah.
Great line.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, all of our podcasts so far, granted we're just starting, we don't have that many views, we haven't gotten any negative comments. We're probably going to get some here.
Well, we blocked comments.
That's true. It's hard for us to get.
We might get a
comments.
thumbs down. How's that?
we haven't, but we could. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We can take it.
Oh, we can take it absolutely, but it's just because we speak truth here. We do.
Yeah. I mean, he's speaking.
We
it
do.
right
I
now.
mean, a lot of people think they are speaking truth, but we just do. We disagree with each other when we're wrong. We disagree with what the church is doing a lot of times, what Christianity is doing a lot of times. We go against conventional wisdom within the church. We want to speak truth.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to change what we're doing because of the truth. It is what it is. Go ahead, my brother. You keep pausing on Blair White every time, man.
I wonder why. Freak.
Whoa.
Liberal campaign.
You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames.
Gasoline and propane.
No more snowflakes.
Really
All
expensive.
get along, but there's no stopping. Ay, everybody's wrong, that's a real problem. Ay, they don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Ay, soon enough, we running out of options. Ay, this ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. Ay, we ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. Ay, I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes.
Right on, man. Right. Hey, let it play out. Give him some credits, there at the
Yeah.
end.
As well done. Well done. And by the way, his girlfriend producing those videos.
Fantastic.
I mean, she's literally like putting that together in her backyard.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Fantastic, man.
She's amazing. She does a good job.
Support this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched him talk about some of the making of this. That dark scene there, he had to make in his pool with a sun cover on it, and he was rapping underwater because he does all this stuff himself.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a different video, but that's something he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like I said, but once again, doing
was
that,
talking.
nobody can tell him what he can and can't say. He can say exactly
Right.
what he
He's
wants.
not on
Yeah,
the
it's
label.
the Stand video because he had to go to secondhand shops and buy all that junk to recreate Eminem's bedroom.
Yeah.
When he made that trailer,
Yeah.
all on his own.
Yep. It's
It's cool
very
stuff.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is the dude a Christian? I don't know.
Yeah,
He believes in something.
He does believe in something, but he's fed up.
Yeah.
He's fed up with the way things are going, and can you blame him?
Yeah, we might come out and do. I'd like to do his. I haven't seen his video for church. I haven't
either,
seen
but
it. I'd
We'll
like
have
to do
edit
that.
one.
Yeah.
We could do the edited version of it, can't
Yeah, I'll have to edit it, I think.
we? But I'd
There'll
like
be
to.
some pineapples
There'll be a lot
in
of
it.
these sitting in there.
Well, I'm sure there's some things in there that we would agree with.
Yeah, because it's a sad song for him. He's saying that he needs to be focusing on the church, and he's talking about how the church isn't there for him or how he doesn't see it. And
Which, once again, I can see how that could happen.
That's what we don't understand. There are, you run into a danger of talking about this stuff because we compromise the Word of God. I don't think we have to. I think we can keep teaching truth, but we just got to change some of the things that we do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's saying here in these last few lines. He's had to say these a little weird to keep with the phrasing that he's doing. He had to choose weird words to make it rhyme. But soon enough, we're running out of options. It's going to end in a coffin. But what he says, we're not going to be friends until we try to squash it, until we do something about it.
Yeah, until we
can't wait on they to do something.
Yeah, because they are just going to keep
Yeah.
doing what they're doing.
Yeah, it has to be grassroots.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I think that one of the most powerful things he did was just opening my eyes to things.
Yeah.
Me being able to watch other people and just say, okay, they don't think that way.
Yeah. They kind of think along our lines. Like I said,
Yeah,
we, might
we
not
have a
agree on
lot more in
everything.
common.
Yeah, we don't agree on everything, but that's okay.
Right.
We don't have
Yeah,
to.
and if you're watching this and you like content like this exists in a lot of places. YouTube doesn't
Yeah.
promote it, but it's there in an overwhelming majority. You just have to look for it or set your filters better, but it's there.
Yeah.
But he's got 4 million views
In 4 days or
4
something
days
like
or
that.
something like that.
Yeah, that's encouraging.
That's Mr.
That's
Beast
amazing.
quality right there.
Yeah, that's very encouraging.
That's like 4 million more than we have. And
no,
We cracked 1,000.
3. What?
oh, okay.
We did. We cracked 1,000 overall.
Holy cow.
Oh
Since
wow! But it's, I think it's refreshing, and like I said, I can't talk about it enough. I just can't. That I don't. He didn't mean to do this, but Tom, if you're out there, kudos to you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know what people are thinking. Hey, white boy, maybe you need to go out and talk to more black people. I do. But
Tom watches stuff like this. Actually, there's another pastor on YouTube that does a lot of pastor reacts kind of things, and Tom has commented directly on his videos about some of these topics. Very cool.
But I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, we
Go out and
do.
watch his other videos too.
But the black people I talk to, I know we have the same ideology. A lot of times the
Yeah.
same theology. We get along. We might disagree on some stuff, but it's more culture than it is anything else.
It's liberal white people. I don't get along.
It's
with.
just, but it's just seeing somebody on YouTube, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do? And then you watch it, and you're like, man,
it's like they believe.
we could hang out.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with our skin color. We could just, and we've said this before on our
There's
program.
a ton more people out there
Yeah.
like us than what you actually know.
We've said this over and over on our program. It's not skin color; it's ideology.
Ideology. That's what
It's
drives
a
people.
lot of, but what I saw is maybe the ideology is not that different,
I don't think it is.
and that was cool. Thank you, Tom, once again.
Yeah. Well done.
So we're not going to do it. We're going to do more of the program, but we're going to cut off right there. We have the Gospel Broalition. God bless you guys. I'm thinking I'm leaving something out. You guys have anything?
He said like and subscribe already.
Like and
did that.
subscribe. I have to do that slowly. Cameron, you did a good job tonight.
Good job, Cameron.
He did. He really did. And
Went
sweet
from
Sweet
Shutup
Tony.
Cameron to
Sweet,
Good
sweet
job,
Tony.
Cameron.
You're just sitting there looking good, buddy. That's all you have to do.
That's true.
But we thank you so much. God bless you guys. If you liked what you see, check out the rest of our videos. We are, I would say, and I'm not just saying this, we are more offensive than Tom Macdonald.
Ooh, I don't know.
So,
I'd like
But it's
Triggered.
not because we're not vulgar or anything like that. It's just that we talk about things other people are afraid to talk about.
and if you-
Conservatism is offensive.
yeah.
Conservatism is offensive.
And if you like
Right.
this style of video, let us know on the Broalition Facebook page.
Absolutely. Come by and
Let us
join
know
up.
what you thought of it.
We love you guys. God bless you. And we'll see you all some other time.
See ya.
See you.
Gospel Broalition is done, leaving behind charred minds, exhaust fumes, ammo, multiple cigar wrappers, and an empty bottle of bourbon. Mission accomplished.
We're supposed to talk here.
You've been listening to the Gospel
hear myself now, though. Are
Broalition
we
with
muted?
Pastor Lee, J.R. Robinson,
This
and
is
the
what Darth
Hoosier
Vader-
Oh, that's right. I
Hillbilly,
hate Darth.
Mike Paul.
Darth
Show
Vader.
for men, by men.
says
If
he
it's
never misses an
religion,
end.
politics,
So,
cars,
see,
guns,
we almost left him out right there.
cigars, and
I
anything
had
else
that brain fart
flammable,
right in the middle
we're
of it.
talking about it. We hope
But the
you
reason I
enjoyed
did
the
was
show.
because
We know we had
I
fun.
can't do this.
We'll be back soon,
This
and
was
thank you
the
for
echo.
being a part
Really?
The
of
delay.
the Gospel
delay was bad.
Broalition.
But it was good by the end.
I was struggling, man.
Really? I was.
Yeah, because it was delayed.
I was.